Hey, I'm so glad you're here with me today. Today we are going to be talking about something that has been on my mind for a little while, and it is celebrating the small wins. We're always so focused on getting to the big goal and looking at the big things that seem to matter the most. But the truth is that the only way to get to the goal is have the really small steps, just putting one foot in front of the other, or even just putting your foot down. So I have some really cool, fun stuff to share with you. And let's get into it. When it comes to celebrating small wins, you actually need to get really honest and clear on your vision as to where you're going or what you're planning on doing. So let's say you have a big goal of waking up at a certain time in the morning. Not all of us can just flip the switch and start waking up at 6:30 in the morning and crushing a workout. Most of us will have to create systems, habits, plans, and start working on them in little ways each and every day. So the first thing that you need to do when you want to start incorporating celebrating small wins is getting used to celebrating yourself. We oftentimes are more critical of ourselves than we are of any other person on the planet. We celebrate our friends or families for just the smallest reasons. But for ourselves, we kind of have this idea that we're not worth celebrating until something big happens or if somebody else gives us validation from outside ourselves. We need to learn how to celebrate ourselves, by ourselves, be our own validation. And this is going to look so different for everybody. Celebrating yourself may be buying yourself a book, pouring yourself a glass of wine, buying yourself your favorite champagne to celebrate anything. Just get used to and get comfortable celebrating you for who you are, doing the things that are making you happier, bringing more joy to your life, joy to people around you. It's hard in the beginning, especially, breaking that, what's that word? Breaking the criticism of yourself. Self-criticism and looking inward and wanting to change things is very important to do, but it's not so good when you get stuck in that cycle thinking that you constantly need to be fixing something. Let's celebrate the smallest steps. Let's celebrate the fact that, you didn't get angry today. That's huge. So here's a negative example of not celebrating yourself or having the wrong mindset and how it can actually flip you into the opposite direction. While I was living in Toronto, my husband and I decided that we just wanted to start a workout routine because, that's what actors do. It was just us and working and auditioning. So we were like, might as well throw something else into our lives. And we started working out insanely hard. And it was a lot of fun at that time. We really didn't have any super specific goals other than, I think, old-fashioned mindset. We wanted to see the number on the scale go down. No other metrics, just the number. And we didn't have a scale at the time. I remember Target was still in Canada, aging myself. So we would go to Target and weigh ourselves because we were too cheap to buy a scale. Rabbit trail. So I ended up getting cast in a theater production of Dial M for Murder, which was still one of my favorite shows that I've ever done on stage. And during the costuming process, I would get measured, and then they'd make my costume, come in, alter it, yada yada. As the few months were going on during rehearsals, every single time that we would have a costume alteration, they would come in and they'd have to take the dress in probably a good size or two because I was literally crushing my workouts and eating really well, and I was losing size. I kind of just thought that they were sewing the dresses wrong, but I do remember the costumer at one point being like, can you just stop dropping weight? I don't want to have to sew this dress for a third time. And I was just like, I'm not. To me, I didn't see myself as actually achieving my goals. I was just starting to get frustrated because, maybe a piece of clothing that I had that was old that was too small for me still didn't fit, or whatever it was. So I was like, I'm never going to get to my goal weight. The positivity that I had starting, because, it was fun, all of a sudden got stuck in the numbers game of, will the scale go down? And the scale was going down very, very slowly. But my size was shrinking very fast. Eventually, after the show, whatever, everything was great. I stopped because I didn't feel like I had it in me to get where I wanted to go. And from that point until now, I have definitely gained a lot of the weight back, plus some. And it is really affecting me in my mental health just because of how I feel in my body. And I know this is going to be different for everybody, because all bodies are beautiful. You do not need to lose weight. This is just me and my journey that I'm on. So I will actually look back at pictures of myself, and I was pretty much the look I wanted. I see that girl now, and it's like, she was there. She was where she wanted to be. But because every time I would look in the mirror and say, you're not working hard enough, you're not doing the right thing, you're never going to get it, I literally started believing those words. And that brings me to right now. I have changed my language with how I talk to the girl in the mirror, because I don't want to cry. She is so strong and so capable. I don't want to cry. She is so capable, and she is so much farther ahead than she actually thinks she is. And I never, ever want to go back to that mindset of, no, you can't do this. You don't have what it takes. You're not working hard enough. Some days I still have those thoughts, and I have to remember that that is not the truth. And a fun thing that my husband and I have started doing lately is, because we both haven't really found the workouts that we really love to do, and our workout room's a little wonky and kind of small, we decided that we're just going to do things that give us a hit of dopamine and that we find fun. So over the last few weeks, I guess, we have started doing chest press challenges, seeing how heavy we can go and for how many reps. And for us, obviously, we'll do different things when we take our dog for a walk, or decide to do a cardio workout, or whatever it is. Those are the bonuses. For us, every day, for our day to be successful, is we just have to go and do those chest presses. Sometimes it morphs into more of a workout, other times it doesn't, but it's the principle of just doing it every day, and it feels so good, and it's so fun. And just seeing the gains we're making, and like, we celebrate it every single time. We actually celebrate even more when we fail and we don't hit our goal number. So I hope that helps. So that is step 1. Get very comfortable with yourself and celebrating yourself. Step 2, have goals. Have big, insane, scary goals. I don't know why that's making me cry, but think as big as you want. The things that make you cry, obviously. One of my biggest goals and dreams right now is to be an actress who is constantly working, traveling the world for work, making movies with my husband. Like, that is my big, scary goal and dream. And I've been working on it for the last 10 years. And 10 years might seem like a long time. And I know so many people who started this journey with me who have given up. And I don't want to. It's taken 10 years. And one thing that I've learned over the last few years is that, yes, I have this big goal. And I've just been so focused on the big goal itself that I forgot to start creating little goals for myself. Things I can do daily, or creating my own projects. Not too long ago, I just got cast in a movie that shot locally here. And if any of you follow me on social media, you'll see a reel that I made saying that I had a dream come true, which was sitting, sipping a glass of wine while reading through the script, getting ready for my day on set. And it hit me so hard because had I not, created the little steps and the little goals and the little guideposts or whatever you want to call them, I would have just said, oh, well, I'm drinking wine and reading a script. But no, this was so huge for me. And I got to celebrate myself in that moment, celebrate the fact that, I'm still doing this and I am going to get to my goal, regardless of how long it takes. Anyways, didn't need to get emotional there, but set goals and create little guideposts, if you will, on your way to that goal. What's something that you can do to make you feel closer to that goal? Is it, eating healthier 3 days a week? Celebrate that, whatever it is. So that's step 2. Create big goals and then break them down into smaller steps. Step 3. Does this look weird? So step 3 is a really fun one, and that is get very specific on how you will celebrate. Like I said earlier, this is going to look different for everybody. So come up with ways that you feel celebrated or excited, or things that kind of give you a little oomph or motivation in the direction you want to go. So, if you have a hard time just kind of pulling things out of thin air, make yourself a list and keep it in front of you. For example, me, when I launched my YouTube channel, I was with my best friend and my husband, and we got a bottle of bubbly and celebrated the moment it launched. It was so fun and so special. Another thing you can celebrate is, let's say you want to be a writer and you write a page. You wrote a page that, that's so much to celebrate. Other things that you can celebrate is, fitting in your clothes better if you want to have a healthier lifestyle. Just anything, we need to start celebrating more normal things, not just big, once in a lifetime happenings or achievements. Celebrate getting out of bed in the morning if you struggle with that. It's all up to you. It's your journey. So as a recap, as we're getting close to the end of this, step 1, learn to celebrate yourself. And I mean it. It is going to really change the relationship you have with yourself and with other people. Step 2 is have crazy, big, scary goals and dreams. Write them down. Go for it. You're going to get there. And step 3 is celebrating the little wins, and creating little guideposts for yourself so that you can tell that you're moving forward. And the more you celebrate and the more you're hitting these little guideposts, the closer you're going to get, and you're going to start enjoying the journey to get to your big goal versus just sitting in fear and excitement of this thing that's just so far out there. It doesn't have to take long to get there, but you personally need to do the work and shift and become the person who deserves or lives in that space of that goal. I have a bonus tip for you, and that is change your mindset around the journey that it takes to get you to your big goals and dreams. Just like for me, rather than viewing auditions as a horrible thing that I had to do, I flipped it into something fun that I had absolute creative control over. Maybe you want to be a writer and you get another rejection letter. They took the time to write you back. That's amazing. Just celebrate those little things. Even if they might seem negative, it is a stepping stone. It is a learning curve. You can learn something from positives or negatives, and both of them are beautiful, and you actually need both of them to succeed. The only way to succeed is to fail. So, the more times you fail, the closer you are to succeeding. Positive thoughts attract positive outcomes, and negative thoughts attract negative outcomes. It's very true. And a little secret here, even if you are feeling negative about something, you can and do have the power to shift it over into a positive thought, even if you still have all those negative feelings inside of you. It's just, start listening to different opinions, put yourself in different circles with different people, read different books. Start questioning your own thoughts. Do you have to think this way? Does the what if always have to be negative? One thing that I really like hearing and seeing, and it first started popping up in my spheres when I started going for counseling for my anxiety, is what if it does work out? What if you get what you want? So anytime you have a what if thought, and it's a negative one, ask yourself the opposite, because the truth is that might have a higher likelihood of happening than the negative. Anyways, I know that you can do this. I truly believe in you. I would love to hear what your crazy big dreams and goals are. Drop them in the comments below. Reach out to me on all of my social media platforms. I am so excited for you, and I'm really excited to be able to share my own journey as well, just to show you that it can be done. Love you.